It's time for What's Burnin' with Kevin KB Burns, presented by Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors. But first, please join us as we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. And now your host, Kevin KB Burns.
Hey, welcome into another edition of What's Burning right here on Lake TV. KB, Kevin Burns in the house with you, and we're going to have a little fun today. We're going to take the show on the water. We live here at the Lake of the Ozarks. We'll have some in-studio guests talking, of course, about what we do on the water and some opportunities to get out on the water. As a matter of fact, we're going to be talking with Executive Director Mike Carnegie from the Lake of the Ozarks Marine Dealers Association. We'll get an opportunity to go on a ride-along with the Missouri State Highway Patrol's Water Patrol Division, in particular, Trooper Brian Geyer. We'll also hear from Nina Jeniton from Ozark Barge and Dock, one of our great sponsors. We'll have the opportunity to find out more about water quality here at the Lake of the Ozarks. You know, a while back, we got a little bit of bad press, or maybe some people considered it bad press, that our EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, decided that we might have what they consider to be an impaired body of water. We've kind of fought back and forth tooth and nail with them on that. We'll get some clarification today with an opportunity to check out more with LOA, the Lake of the Ozarks Watershed Alliance. Donna Swall and company took us out on a ride along of their own last Wednesday, and we'll have some of that for you as well as an opportunity to check out a brand new feature. It's KB's Furry Friends, courtesy of our veterinary at the lake. We had a chance to stop into Ozarks Cat and Canine, checked out one of their new residents who needs a home, and that is Sweetie. And we'll have that feature for you as well here. All a part of What's Burning on Lake TV. As a matter of fact, a big thanks to our sponsors, the show presented by SRG Financial Advisors, Bill Lacasse, our veterinary at the lake, Ozark Barge and Dock, and Budget Blinds. Back to get things started. Our interview coming up with the Executive Director of the Lake of the Ozarks Marine Dealers Association. Mike Carnegie joins me right here in studio on What's Burning on Lake TV.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds and Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Join Lake TV for a cup of coffee with Will and Chris, the Lake area's only local TV talk show focused on the Lake area. Local stories, local sports, and local events. Have a cup of coffee with Will and Chris weekdays at 8, 1, and 8 on Lake TV.
It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
A move to your dream home should be exciting, not a hassle. That's why you go with the experts at Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
All right, welcome back to What's Burning on Lake TV, presented by Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors. We're kind of taking a cruise on the lake in this particular episode, and so we thought, I guess it makes sense to have this gentleman to my left, Mike Carnegie, Executive Director of the Lake of the Ozarks Marine Dealers Association, joining us here today. Good to see you, Mike.
KB, good to see you as always, and you're looking nice. You're looking
thanks.
fit.
Thank you.
TV persona.
Yeah, well, I appreciate all that. There'll be a little nice gift for you on your way out the door. We wanted to bring Mike in, of course, to talk a little bit about what the Lake of the Ozarks Marine Dealers Association does, and also to address the situation at the Lake of the Ozarks, which I think in all the years I've lived here, we've never really had to address before. Sometimes you have too many, but I've never been in a situation where you've never had enough. First, let's talk about the Lake of the Ozarks Marine Dealers.
Well, we are Lake of the Ozarks Marine Dealers Association, located here at the Lake of the Ozarks. I represent over 70 dealers and associate members here at the lake, all the way from you think is the dealers of boats down to insurance agents, boat lifts, boat docks, anything that deals with the marine industry. Mm-hmm. We are that association, and we're very proud of that, and do our very best to represent them locally, nationally, state, and then of course our big crown jewels are our boat shows. Mm-hmm. We do 4 boat shows a year: Overland Park, Kansas, St. Charles, Missouri, and 2 here at the lake. One in April is our kickoff, and then one in September. Brief deal on September show. We'll probably talk about it a little bit later, but yeah, we're going to have to postpone that for a year. But so we're here representing the Lake of the Ozarks and the boat dealers in the marine industry.
As a member of the Marine Dealers Association, what kind of power does that give you? I know that you mentioned the shows and the ability to get the word out on whatever it is that you offer, if it's boats, docks, boating accessories. I know at the shows we see just about everything under the sun. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about maybe becoming a member.
Well, member, you can contact me through our website, which is lakeozarkboatdealers.com. There's a link right there, my email and phone number. Call me. We will send you an application. We review it, and I'll tell you that membership gets you on the right list for a boat show, mm-hmm. but does not guarantee you space, because we are blessed that we are full at all of our 4 boat shows and have a waiting list thus. So.
Well, it was kind of touch and go last year, of course, when COVID first reared its ugly head.
Yeah.
We were able to get through it. The shows, as they say, must go on, and they did, and you were able to get the word out. Some pretty astonishing numbers, some record-setting numbers at the last few of these shows.
Yeah, they have been, KB. I tell you, we came out of the St. Charles show when the first case in Missouri hit. Didn't know what was going to happen. We did have to cancel the 2020 April show because we were on statewide lockdown. Mm-hmm. But we came back in on our September show, had a record-breaking attendance, record on boat sales. It was just fantastic. And then went to Overland Park. I think it was the second best attended show we've ever had in the 20 plus years we've been at Overland Park. Sold boats like crazy, went in St. Charles, and it just blew every record that we've kept since we started over there 7 years ago out of the water in both attendance and boat sales. It was last year's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So, and then we coming into this year, April was a good show. So it's been a crazy year.
Yes, it has. And of course, you attend all of these shows. What was the vibe that you were picking up from the people in attendance? What were people talking to you about as far as what they had heard and how the Lake of the Ozarks kind of played an integral part in that?
Well, I think some of our our promotion that we had last year were big pool parties. Mm-hmm. However you want to list that. It's some of the advertising that we could not have spent that amount of money for.
Right.
And open a lot of people's eyes that hey, this is a place we can come vacation, we can live, and a lot of people at the boat shows I mean, more than I can think of came up, and I talked to them. It says, hey, look, we moved to the lake from wherever. We got a house, now we got a boat dock out there, we got to put something in it. They were looking for boats, boat lifts, for anything else that goes along with the lake lifestyle. So I want to welcome all of them to the lake and thank for all of our existing lake owners here. It's a great place to live, and we appreciate you being here.
Boats, real estate, just about anything that wasn't nailed down and had something to do with the Lake of the Ozarks was flying out the door.
Yes.
And that was a pretty good problem because there was a lot of uncertainty based on what we were dealing with locally, and we didn't know as a tourist destination how that was going to reverberate out to those places. You know, the destinations that I think we deal with a lot are folks within that area surrounding the state of Missouri, obviously Kansas, Illinois, Iowa, down to the south, all around us. But and we do have a lot of folks that come in from other areas as well. So there was a lot of uncertainty. And fortunately, things worked out very well, but that in itself has kind of created a new problem.
It does. We are running low to no inventory, actually. You know, my boat dealers are scrambling. They're doing their very best, and they did a great job of filling the need of the people that moved here. And they got them their boats, but now on the backside, as we try to fill that funnel again, it's a little bit slower. So we've been telling everybody, you know, if you want a boat, get a hold of your local dealer, the one you want to work with, the one you are working with, and put that order in. So you can get a boat coming here in the near future, and they can fulfill your lake lifestyle boating needs.
It's been that way with not just boats, but docks.
Yes.
And everything else that comes along with it. Again, the things that we mentioned prior, real estate, boats, docks, all of that has been affected in a huge way with what's happened. So that in itself, as we've talked about, creates a little bit of a problem for the September boat show.
Well, yes, unfortunately, we had a meeting, and it was decided we could not put on a boat show to the caliber that I expect or the association expected. With the low inventory, we decided to go ahead and make that call and call it out and cancel it for the 2021 year. We'll be back next year. I talked to Ron and there at Captain Ron's, and he understood, and he invited us back for 2021, so we'll be back on that schedule then. And it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. I wasn't going to put on a show that wasn't up to the standards that we expect and want.
Right. And think about that for just a moment. That's a great weekend of business at the Lake of the Ozarks. A lot of people benefit from that. You get people that come to the show. You get people there that hang out at Captain Ron's. You've got probably people that are in town looking at the new models, pre-owns, all the boating accessories that we've talked about before. And now you've created kind of a little bit of void there. So I don't know, is there anything in the plans to try to fill that void? Anything at all?
Really, the best thing to do is visit our website, lakeozarkboatdealers.com, and contact one of those dealers that's listed that has the boat brand that you want, and get a hold of them. Get in contact with them and get that boat ordered now.
Mike Carnegie, our guest, the executive director of the Lake of the Ozarks Marine Dealers Association. We've got just a little bit of time left. Looking ahead, looking forward, looking to the future, Mike, how do you see things shaping up? Are they going to get back as far as in step with demand, or is that going to take a while?
It's going to take a little bit, KB. It really is. I mean, the manufacturers that I've spoken to, and the national associations I work with, they're working day and night trying to fulfill it and get their own supply chain back in order. They will get back. It's just going to take some time. So people need to be patient, and then understanding, and then also say, and I know I'm hitting it more than once, but if you want a boat and you don't have one, you need to get out and talk to your local dealer and get it ordered so you can get it in the plans and get it on the way to you.
Very good.
So it will rectify itself just like it always does. But this is something I never believed I would ever have. So, go from there.
Thank you, Mike, for joining us. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to be doing a ride along with the Missouri State Highway Patrol's Water Patrol Division right here on What's Burning on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com. You
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Want to get to know local leaders a lot better? Join Lake TV for a new community spotlight show weekdays at 9, 3, and 7. We talk with local leaders to get their story and learn more about their organizations. It's the Community Spotlight Show on Lake TV.
Hey Jess,
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront.
And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
Get 25% off our low Slumberland price. Incredible deals. Huge markdowns, plus 25% off our low Slumberland price. What a sale! The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Right back here on What's Burning on Lake TV. And thanks again to Bill Cass and SRG Financial Advisors presenting this great program. And we thank you for taking some time to check us out. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Don't forget you can check us out on Como Channel 90, Spectrum Channel 197, Roku, and MyLakeTV.com. And if you'd like to throw out a question or comment, you can do that at kb@MyLakeTV.com. We had a chance to jump on board for a ride along with Missouri State Highway Patrol's Water Patrol Division, in particular, Trooper Brian Geyer, great guy and very, very helpful. We saw some things and experienced a few boaters here and there and some kids wearing their life jackets. We've got it for you now here on Lake TV. We appreciate you joining us here on this beautiful day at the Lake of the Ozarks with What's Burning on Lake TV. KB here, Trooper Brian Geyer. He's going to take us out for a ride along on the Lake of the Ozarks. As you can see, got my life jacket on. I don't get on a boat without a life jacket, Butter, and so that's just one of my my things that I've done ever since I've lived here at the Lake of the Ozarks. We don't know what we're going to see. We don't know what we're going to encounter. But Brian, as far as things go, this is a Friday at the Lake of the Ozarks, so anything in particular you think we might see, or is it just up in the air?
I think you said it best. It's Friday at Lake of the Ozarks, late June. We're gonna see a little bit of everything, more than likely.
Yeah. So again, this type of weather can create kind of very interesting circumstances for people, especially if they've been out doing the partying. What are some of the things that you folks recommend?
If you're going to be out on a day like today, it's almost 100 degrees. The big thing is stay hydrated. Take more water than you think you're going to need. Take food to keep your energy up, and stay out of the sun if you can. Take breaks, get in the water to cool off, but stay hydrated, take care of yourself.
Some other common things maybe to do, need a nice wide-brimmed hat or maybe a little bit of sunscreen.
Exactly. Nice hat. I've got one in there if I need it, but I've got the canopy on the boat as well.
Yeah.
Take everything you need plus a little extra.
Any other things that people need to consider, not just on a hot summer day, but in general when they're out on the lake?
A little bit of everything. Make sure that if you're operating a boat, you're familiar with it.
Right.
If you're born after January 1st, 1984, make sure you've gone through the boater safety class. You do need to have that card with you. And obey the traffic laws. If you don't know them, we have pamphlets available, we have courses available, and you can always call us. If someone has a question about what to do, what not to do, give us a call. A trooper will call you back and kind of explain to you the laws on the lake and what to do.
Sure. Now, I've lived here at the lake over 20 years, and I still kind of get this feeling in the nighttime when the lake, you go from a nice sunny day to the night and the lake takes on a complete and totally different appearance. I mean, we've heard about it before, people running aground, different things like that. There is a specific nighttime speed limit.
There is. It's 30 miles an hour. That starts 1/2 hour after official sunset.
Okay.
So anything above 30 miles an hour is violating the speed limit. It's also just way too fast. If I'm patrolling at night, it's usually around 20 miles an hour. There's no lights out there, no street lights. Navigation lights are made for boats to see you, not for you to see where you're going. So slow is the key at nighttime.
And I understand LEDs, that's not necessarily considered a navigational light. There are specific lights for navigating at night.
Yeah, the navigational lights are the red and green lights up front, the white light in the back that has to be visible for 360 degrees. Any other lights that are visible are illegal.
You know, I talked to one of your counterparts a while back, and she told me that a couple of things you always want to do, especially if you're going out at night, check your lights ahead of time, and take plenty of fuses with you.
Take fuses, take extra bulbs if it is a bulb light, and not only check them ahead of time, but check them throughout the night.
Right.
If I'm out at nighttime, I'll check them ahead of time and maybe 2 or 3 times during the evening because they will burn out.
Well, Trooper Geyer has his life jacket on. I've got mine on. Our cameraman, Ricky Smith, he's got his life jacket on. Let's hit the water.
Let's do it.
So what's a typical shift for you, Brian? How long do you spend on, say, a given day out on the water?
We generally work 8-hour shifts.
Yeah.
On a holiday weekend, we do 12-hour shifts, and we switch days and nights every 2 weeks. So on those holidays, our shifts overlap. So everyone who works the water is out here at once
now,
for those peak hours.
Do you travel in a designated area from, like, say, where you picked us up at the 7 down to the dam and back? Or?
Yeah, I keep my boat at the 5 of the grabway. Okay. So when I'm working and there's a bunch of us on, I'm generally in the grabway arm, maybe the dam to the 10 or so.
Right.
But if we're busy and there's a call further upstream, then I'm going further upstream.
You got to go where you got to go.
Yeah. And then on the slower days where there's just a few of us on, pretty much go wherever I want.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
So we've been enjoying a ride along this afternoon with Trooper Brian Geyer from the Missouri State Highway Patrol's Water Patrol Division, and we've stopped a couple of folks, and as a precautionary measure, you just ask them if they've been drinking, and you can pretty much tell. Nobody got in trouble, but I guess that's really something that, a lot of people get out here, man, and you forget where you're at, you forget what you're doing. Yeah, you like to have a few cold ones once in a while, but man, you got to stay responsible and stay on top of things.
Yeah, that's right. Alcohol impairment is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, factors in crashes we work, as well as drownings. That and life jackets are the 2 big things. So having a sober operator is a must. Of course, if you're legal age and you want to drink, that's fine. But if you're going to be around the water, wear a life jacket. Be around other people. So if you do end up needing help, it's there. But we do have those instances every year where somebody falls in the water after drinking and unfortunately drowned.
Another big issue is being behind the boat and the props on the motors.
Exactly.
And I tell you what, we hear about those incidents every year.
Yeah.
People are severely injured and even killed because people are too close to the back of the boat. The operator starts the boat, and then
It's a bad deal.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do if you end up in a propeller. It's going to pull you in and not just catch you once, but work its way up or down your body. So very bad cuts. People usually don't survive them. So stay away from the back of the boat while underway, and the operator needs to be mindful of if their boat is in gear or running.
Now, as far as being out on the water and debris, is debris a little bit more prevalent this time of year than maybe July, August? Or, we get a big rain once in a while and debris ends up in the lake. You got to watch for that stuff too?
I think it has more to do with the rain and the weather.
Right.
But debris, it's out there, and it's usually just below the surface, so you can't even see it.
Yeah.
So keeping a proper lookout certainly helps with that.
I'll tell you what, man, this has been a fascinating day out here on the water. We sure enjoy the opportunity to ride along with you.
Fun.
And I got to tell you, folks, when you see one of these folks out on the water and they're approaching your boat or something, normally it's something very simple. If it's going to be something complicated, they'll probably tell you pretty much up front. But everybody we dealt with today, if it was little kids, if it was adults, if it was just something simple, kids got T-shirts, which was really cool, and that's something that the Water Patrol is all about. They see the kids wearing the life jackets, then the kids get the T-shirts. But just some friendly, free advice. Nobody got any tickets. Nobody got in any trouble.
All warnings, no tickets. That's how we like it. Everyone was being safe, and we made them a little bit safer. It was a good day.
Yes, it was. Thanks, my friend. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Thank you.
We had a great time out on the water, met some folks, had some fun, gave some kids those T-shirts, as you saw. When the Water Patrol sees the little ones wearing the life jackets, they like to reward them with a T-shirt. So if you got kids out there on the water, make sure they're wearing their life jackets anyway, on the deck, on the dock, out on the boat. It's all good stuff. And remember, the Water Patrol is out there to just make sure you're having a good time, giving out some free advice. They'd rather just give out a little advice, maybe a warning, as opposed to handing out tickets. So keep that in mind when you see them out there, working hard to make sure you're safe on the Lake of the Ozarks. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get to talk to one of our sponsors, Nina Genadin with Ozark Barge and Dock. We'll do that after the break, right here on What's Burning on Lake TV.
The Lake of the Ozarks Shootout on August 20th through the 29th is at Captain Ron's. The largest non-sanctioned boat race in the Midwest takes over Lake of the Ozarks for the 33rd year. Who will win this year's coveted Top Gun? Watch while more than 100 boats compete for best in class. The event raised over $400,000 for local charities last year. Be there in person to watch as boats hit speeds over 200 miles per hour. Celebrate the 33rd annual Lake of the Ozarks Shootout, presented by Performance Boat Centers at Captain Ron's Bar and Grill.
Moving to the lake is a lot of work, but not with Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you. For packing up and delivering to your new home, or simply loading and transferring your belongings, Sunrise Movers is the easy choice for your next move. Sunrise Movers packs your possessions extra carefully, shows up on time, and strives for 5-star customer service every time. Sunrise Movers, the official movers of Lake TV. Give us a call today to get a free estimate. Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the Polar Plunge to festivals, parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from 1,000,000 boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Hey, we welcome you back to What's Burning right here on Lake TV. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us. It's presented by Bill Lacasse of SRG Financial Advisors. Also, one of our great sponsors joining us in the studio, Nina Genadin with Ozark Barge and Dock. And I've actually got to tell you, thanks so much for sponsoring the show. And thank you so much for being here with us today to talk about Ozark Barge and Dock. 33 years in the business. That's pretty impressive.
Yep, it is.
What do you owe that success to over the years? I mean, like a lot of things, companies come, companies go. But as far as something in particular that you do differently than some of the other dock companies out there, what would that be?
Well, when we started the business, we wanted to build the very best product. And we decided that if you built the best product and stood behind it, you would be able to make it, and we've done very well.
You know, I've seen a lot of the docks that your company has built over the years. Very impressive. And it's not a standard dock. I mean, if somebody wants something special, they have a thought in their mind, you guys kind of sit down with them, go to the drawing table, create what it is that they'd like to have, and then you turn around and you build the darn thing, and boy, do they look great.
Yeah, we build mostly custom docks. They're something that most dock builders wouldn't try to build. And some of them are very, very complicated, and it's crazy.
Well, I guess it just lends itself to the fact that you've got a really good staff there.
Yes, we do. We have probably 25 employees that's been there 15 years plus. We have one that started in 91 and we started in 88. And he's still there. And however, trying to get employees this year has been a real challenge.
And why do you think that is? Because, I mean, there are so many, places around here that build docks, and you mentioned the fact that you guys do the specialty docks. Is that kind of where they get hung up? They don't have the expertise, or maybe they look at the fact that Ozark Barge and Dock has been around so long, and maybe that's a little intimidating.
I don't think that's the problem.
No?
I think it's too much free money.
Too much free money. Well, that's kind of put a crimp in everybody's style as far as businesses trying to hire employees. I think that's one of the things you see. You drive up and down Highway 5 here, and you see a lot of for hire.
Yeah, it's really challenging, and this lake is so busy. And some of the restaurants here are having to close a day a week.
Right.
And I think it's a pretty sad situation.
Yeah, it is. Let's get back to talking more about Ozark Barge and Dock. You've been around for 33 years. You make a lot of specialty docks, custom docks, and then you obviously service the docks that you build, which you and I talked a little bit about this. The fact that we've had some interesting weather. Winter was a little severe this last year, and so I guess if anybody is concerned at all about the condition of the dock, where it's placed, the actual cables that go to the dock, certainly any of the electrical that's in that dock, you folks are happy to get to see those folks and help them out.
They can call us and we can come and check the cables and ramp bolts, and we have an electrician that does all of our electrical work on our docks, and he's gladly will go check the electrical end of it. Yeah, the winter, that 2 weeks did a lot of damage on this lake.
Well, and we're seeing that in a variety of different situations, but I guess anytime you should at least make a call once a year when the water level comes back up here, when they raise the water level, lake level of the dam, and to have your folks come out and give it the good old thorough inspection.
Yeah, we try to encourage our customers to call us at least once a year to check the cables, ramp bolts, and most of the time we can do it when we're coming or going to another job, and that way we don't have to charge them an arm and a leg.
Right.
Because we'll just stop off and check everything out, and if they need something, sometimes we'll just fix it on the spot, and sometimes we'll call and let them know what the cost is.
And I guess, again, that is probably important, too, if you're planning on having a dock built. You'd like something in particular. We talk about the fact that, again, you folks at Ozark Barge and Dock do custom docks. It's a good idea probably to get that order in now, because it's taking a little time, obviously, to get things done.
The custom docks with hip roofs and custom-made dock lockers and everything, those take a long time to get done. And to be honest, we're getting booked into March already of 2022. So, and I think every dock company down here is in the same situation. They're buried in work.
Right.
We have had issues with getting material as well as employees. So it's been a trying year, but it's been a very good, busy year.
Well, and that's kind of what you like to have. It would be different if the shoe was on the other foot to say that we're not doing a lot of business. But I guess with the quality of your dock and the reputation of Ozark Barge and Dock, that's something that kind of precedes itself. So people, when they're looking around, they probably see something in particular, maybe a commercial or something along those lines, and they say, well, those folks certainly know what they're doing. We should probably give them a call.
Yeah, we get a lot of, after a busy holiday, and people are out boat riding and they see that our dock isn't just jumping out of the water, and we put a little yellow sticker on the end of it that says Ozark Barge. And usually after a holiday, we'll get a lot of calls.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you mentioned that, because I think that's essentially what people look for. When they come to the lake, you know, if they're going to have a nice home, they're going to have a nice boat, they want a nice quality dock to go along with it, something that is, again, as we mentioned, custom, but at the same time holds up very well under these current conditions. You don't have a whole lot of issues, I would imagine. If you're building a custom dock, then you pretty much know that maybe there's certain things you have to do to reinforce it and really make it structurally sound.
Right. We pretty much build the docks, whether they're in calm water or rough water, the same. Because you never know when the customer is going to move from one place to another.
It's important to remember.
And to be quite honest, we don't have a lot of trouble with them. And in 33 years, we've changed probably 4 or 5 things as the water got rougher.
And there's a lot more of that these days.
Oh, Lord.
Lord.
There is. But,
Nina Jeniton's our guest with Ozark Barge and Dock, one of our great sponsors here on What's Burning on Lake TV. Before I let you go, number one, I appreciate you taking time to come in and talk with us. And you were worried, and you did a great job with the interview. Tell us a little bit. You've got a family member who's into racing, in particular here, what you said, the World of Outlaws.
Yeah, my grandson, Ayrton Jeniton.
Right.
He's been racing sprint cars, 410s this year. And he's been running some with the World Outlaws. He's been running with, at Knoxville, Iowa. He's been running with several different associations. And he's done very well this year so far.
Well, a lot of those series, they do have a lot of veteran drivers, but the World of Outlaws, I think one of the names that kind of comes to mind is Tony Stewart, who was a big World of Outlaws. And I don't know if Tony still races or not. I know he's got Stewart House Racing, so maybe that takes up a lot of his time, but certainly that's something that a lot of folks really recognize. So is he doing really well, or is he
Tony Stewart?
No, your grandson.
Oh yeah, he's doing real well. He's the youngest and the most inexperienced driver with the World Outlaws, and he has managed to make the features in all of them but one.
Wow, that's great.
He raced in Minnesota last week and made the features, and he's actually had a top 10, which, believe me, ain't easy, because those drivers do it for a living.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. That's their bread and butter.
Yep.
Nina Jeniton, thanks so much for taking some time to come in and talk with us. I guess we'll probably get you back in here to talk more coming up with Ozark Barge and Dock. Stick around, folks. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of that break, we will talk to our good friends. We had a chance to get out on the water with the Lake of the Ozarks Watershed Alliance to talk about the condition of the Lake of the Ozarks. Back with more after this on What's Burning.
Get 25% off our low Slumberland price. Incredible deals. Huge markdowns, plus 25% off our low Slumberland price. What a sale! The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
It's our most protective wash yet. Introducing the Quick Car Ceramic Wash. It's an industrial-grade polymer solution with ceramic nanotechnology, resulting in high-end, advanced scientific protection of your vehicle's finish. The Quick Car Ceramic Wash. Try it on its own or with the monthly Unlimited Wash Club today. Quick Car. Quick, easy, and professional every time. In Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront.
And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
Welcome back to What's Burning right here on Lake TV. We've heard a little bit about water quality at the Lake of the Ozarks, and sometimes that gets folks a little concerned if it's E. coli, or as we've recently discussed, the Lake of the Ozarks as an impaired waterway. However, good folks from LOA, Lake of the Ozarks Watershed Alliance, they go out and over a 22-week period, they test the lake. Clarity, conditions, everything you need to know. Hey, the Lake of the Ozarks is a safe body of water. But just to prove their point, we spent some time with them last Wednesday. Here's a look at our opportunity to get out on the water with the Lake of the Ozarks Watershed Alliance on What's Burning. With Cody Lubering with Geosyntic Consultants, right?
Sir. Yes.
And you work for them as far as what do you do for the company?
I'm an environmental scientist, so I help out with environmental permitting, water quality, water chemistry, and the whole gamut.
So we're out here on the Lake of the Ozarks in particular. I guess we're in the gravelly arm right now, or close to it anyway. What is the first procedure that we are going to perform here in order to kind of give folks an idea of water quality at the lake?
All right, well, Sammy, you'll see here in a minute, we'll be taking a Secchi depth reading. It's to measure water transparency, how far can we see into the water column. Give us an idea of just clarity. Oftentimes, if you have enrichment of nutrients, you'll have mineral turbidity, and your clarity will be then suffer, and you cannot see very far. So Sammy will demonstrate that here in a minute.
Best case scenario, what are we looking for?
We're looking for more than a meter is great water quality for this ecoregion of the state.
Worst case scenario?
Less than that.
So what's our reading? How many?
You want to go by this one? Start at
3 feet, 3 inches.
So yeah, we'll take an average of the two. So this was your retrieval mark, right?
Right.
Yeah, so just take an average of the two, so it's 3 feet, 9 inches. So around a meter, so everything's great. Conditions look awesome out here.
Is this what would be considered normal?
Yes.
For the Lake of the Ozarks?
Yes.
On a day like today, there's not a whole lot of traffic out here. On a day when it's busier, would this differ at all, or would we pretty much be within the same parameters?
You'll be within the same parameters.
You'll
have more influence with climatic conditions. You know, a lot of rainfall.
Rain's a big deal. Rain, if it's rain and the sediment's coming in,
so
that's what
rain
affects
and sediment and things like that. So
Yep.
you're looking more at the weather than you are at the boat traffic.
Correct.
Yes.
And not just the weather here, the weather in the watershed upstream toward Kansas City, you know, in Kansas, what's going on there, it's all coming through here.
Well, obviously, when you have flooding and things like that, you probably are seeing more sediment coming into this lake, like we had back a couple of years ago.
Right.
2019, they had all the flooding up around the northwestern part of the state.
Now, Sammy she's collecting a volume of water that we'll take back and process at the house for total nitrogen, total phosphorus, chlorophyll, and TSS. So she'll rinse the bottle a couple times until, we're using the same container every time to collect it and bring it back. So we're getting a representative of today's conditions.
So ideal conditions, Cody, what are we looking at as far as what you'd like to see in terms of what you might see?
Today looks great. We would like to see low TSS, low nutrients overall, and today conditions are shaping up to look that way. So once she's collected that, we'll put it in a container. We're going to take it back and process it immediately, but we'll put it in a container so it doesn't get any more sunlight to it. And that is all of our field components. We'll take a few observations about wave actions, our time of collection, and things like that.
Okay.
But then all the other stuff that we're going to be doing will be processing back at Donna's house.
And I'm going to fill the nutrient bottle first.
Okay.
The nutrient bottle.
So, yeah, so that bottle will be sent to the university laboratory for total nitrogen and total phosphorus.
Okay.
So she's gonna
store it in the freezer.
The large quantity of sample that we collected on lake, she's going to shake it up, make sure it's mixed in that bottle. She'll rinse that bottle a couple times, pour it over, water Donna's flowers, and then then that's it for total nitrogen and phosphorus, and we'll store that in the freezer and send it to university for analysis.
Now, when you send it, how quick does it have to get there? Do you overnight it, or?
What we'll do after we collect it today, it'll go in the freezer, and so it's good for up to 6 months in the freezer. So we don't have to get it to them right away. We'll get a lot of these samples collected and then send it to the university lab.
These are the filters are inside of here. We write also on there the location and the date. This is total suspended solids TSS. And inside we have the filter.
It's never touched by human hands.
Put here. This has to go here.
All right. That's how we make coffee at my house.
And then we just we pour the same amount of liquid, 250 milliliters.
Sammy's got those steady hands.
Lay this down. There's that for you to write on. We give it a little assist with the pump, handheld pump. Sometimes I let her do that. I have an arthritic hand. I can do it, but something happened there. Sprung a leak. And this is just will be disposed of.
So with TSS.
Traps.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead.
Well,
what are you trying to filter out, I guess?
So this will be for total suspended solids to understand what suspended sediment are within the water column of the lake that we sampled. So we measured a volume of water, pass it through a filter. A filter at the lab then gets weighed because all these are pre-weighed.
As you can see, there's.
So you'll see a color change to that filter. So there are some elements either of sediment or of biological growth in the lake. But that filter is pre-weighed, so then they'll dry it, weigh it again at the lab, so we'll understand a weight, milligrams per liter of TSS within the lake. So it includes sediment, it can include any type of algal growth, things like that. It all contribute to suspended sediment within the lake. So they'll do that twice. Maybe the rest of the water for you.
Is it for me? I'm a little thirsty.
This is the taste.
No.
This is the tasting part.
Here's mud, right?
No.
Like I said, as many times as I've fallen in the lake over the years,
you do swallow it.
I've had my fair share of lake water.
Especially
we all have. Yeah.
Wave runner.
The lake water is getting some excellent ultraviolet disinfection today.
It is. That's where the sunshine helps out.
Yep. You know, something that's real important, and you see so often around the marinas, if they have a little gas spill and they quickly grab the Dawn, which is the worst thing you can do. It just takes that pollution, puts it right in the bottom of the lake and leaves it there. The good old sunshine will take care of it. You know, unless you have a major spill, then you need to make a phone call.
Yeah.
But if it's a few drops, just let nature take care of it.
Yeah. How soon will you send that in?
We'll probably send them all in at once at the end of the season.
Okay.
So that way, excuse me, the grant won't start till August 1st, and so that'll give us enough time over the winter before we start collecting next year, in our plan next year, to get that information back from the lab, decipher it, and understand if we need to modify our sampling approach, if we need to make it a more robust, systematic approach. And so that'll help guide really our plan writing that starts this fall and to this winter.
Well, Cody, thanks for all the useful information, all these wonderful ladies here. Appreciate all your help out there today as well. And hopefully we'll have some information on these results maybe in next year's show, or at least we'll have a good idea of what is happening to our beautiful lake. But thanks to the work that LOA does, Lake of the Ozarks Watershed Alliance, all the folks that are involved with this testing throughout the lake. And we hope to really impress upon people the need to pay attention, because this lake is something very special, something that we want around for future generations. And the best way to do that is to monitor it, keep an eye on it, and do what we can to protect it. Back with more coming up shortly. What's Burning on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long. A move to your dream home should be exciting, not a hassle. That's why you go with the experts at Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
Hey, it's What's Burning on Lake TV. A big thanks again to Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors, Ozark Barge and Dock, our veterinary at the lake, and Budget Blind. Speaking of our veterinary at the lake, we had some time to hang out with a furry friend, a new feature here on Lake TV. It's KB's Furry Friends. We were at Ozarks Cat and Canine, and we met Sweetie. And here's our opportunity to find out more about Sweetie, who needs a good home on Lake TV. Hey, we're here on What's Burning on Lake TV, courtesy of our friends with our veterinary at the lake. It's KB's Furry Friend, hanging out here at Ozark Cat and Canine. We've been here before, and we're going to stop in from time to time to find out who needs a home, whether it's a cat, whether it's a dog. And right now, one of the ladies that works here, specifically taking care of the cats, is Mary Meow Me Tilly. And so that Meow Me is kind of your nickname. You're the cat lady.
Yep,
but you're not that crazy cat lady we see on The Simpsons.
Not too much.
No?
I get dressed each day, so I don't run around in the bathrobe.
We have, this is Sweetie, and Sweetie's here hanging out. We were going to pick up Sweetie, but Sweetie's so comfortable right now, we figured it'd probably be better just to let Sweetie do her thing. Tell us about Sweetie.
Well, Sweetie is about 13 years old. She is currently our oldest resident at the shelter. That's why we wanted to feature her first, to try to get her out of here as quickly as we can.
Right.
Sweetie came into us about 6 weeks ago when her owner went into hospice. And unfortunately, some people aren't always the nicest, and when the family went in to clean out the house, they let her outside. Nobody in the family wanted to take her in.
Mm-hmm.
And a nice neighbor of hers found her out there, knew the story, and brought her into us.
That's good.
And that lady has been generous enough to sponsor Sweetie's adoption, so that when we find the right person for her, they won't have to worry about paying the adoption fee for Sweetie.
She is cute as can be.
She is just as sweet as her name.
Yes.
Just wants to sit around and be loved on.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
Nothing at all wrong with that.
Older cats and older dogs have a tendency not to do well in a shelter. They can get stressed out, they can get depressed, and they can shut down. And so we would like to see Sweetie in a home as soon as we can, the right home, of course,
right.
but as soon as possible so we can get her out of here before she declines.
Very good. Well, as always, the adoption process is filling out some paperwork and making sure that whomever tries to adopt a particular pet is the right match. And so we encourage folks to stop by. Hours for adoption here at the shelter?
We are open Monday through Saturday from noon to 4. We do also have an application online that they can fill out as well.
And of course, you can call them at 573-374-2629. We would certainly like to find a good home for Sweetie. And if you are interested in stopping by to adopt Sweetie, you can, of course, fill out the proper paperwork, go to the website, or give them a call here at 573-374-2629. We'll check it from time to time here at Ozark Cat and Canine with KB's Furry Friends, presented by our veterinarian at the lake. Hey, thanks to the folks at Ozarks Cat and Canine for helping us with KB's Furry Friends, and of course our great sponsors, our veterinarian at the lake. Next week we'll take some time to check in yet again another cat that needs a home, and that would be Echo. So make sure you join us right here on the show. Thanks to Nina Jenninen for being in the studio with us from Ozark Barge and Dock. Thanks to Mike Carnegie. Thanks to Trooper Brian Geyer. Thanks to the folks with Loa. We had a great time, a great show, and we'll be back with a new show next Thursday. Of course, I want to thank all my sponsors, Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors, our veterinarian at the lake, Ozark Barge and Dock, plus of course, Carrie Mawson and the folks at Budget Blinds. Coming up next week, we're going to take the show up in the air. The folks in Camdenton at the Camdenton Memorial Lake Regional Airport have completed their runway. We're going to take a good look at it from high above. Plus, we'll have some more in-studio guests, another edition of KB's Furry Friends. And yes, folks, we've got the 4th of July holiday weekend coming up. We want everybody to be safe, have a great time on land, on water. If you're going to watch the fireworks, great. If you're going to be participating with your own fireworks, well, make sure you don't lose a finger or toe or that anyone gets hurt. Don't burn anything down. Take the advice of your local fire protection districts and be safe. In the meantime, thank you so much for having us in, and we'll talk to you next week. What's Burning on Lake TV? God bless.